What up, YouTube? Before we start the video, we got a very important announcement for you.
That's right. We have our new milestone giveaway for 2,000 subscribers. That is a CGC 9.8 graded Thor #1. This cover is a Nick Klein sketch variant that is also signed by Donny Cates.
What? Are you crazy? Yes, we are. When we hit 2,000 subs, we're giving away this bad boy. So make sure to hit that subscribe button, ring that bell, and give us a like. It would be much appreciated because we want to give this away, but we only can do that when we hit 2,000 subs. Let's get to the video. What up, comic fam? I'm Jim.
I'm Nate.
We are Two Fat Guys Pulis, and we've got another fresh new Comic Day video for you for the week of April 2nd. That's right. Fool's Day is behind us, and now it's New Comic Book Day.
Serious day.
Yeah, none of that stupid shit. Anyway, no indies this week. Weird. No indies this week, but man, we've got some bangers on the run today. So let's get to it. Kicking it off with DC, and we have a new #1, Absolute Green Lantern issue #1. You know, I read the preview in, I believe it was Absolute Martian Manhunter. I think it was one of the Absolute books last week. And yeah, I don't know what the fuck's going on, but I am incredibly intrigued.
Yeah, me too. Al Ewing and Joe. Come on. Here's my money. Here's lots of it.
Yeah. I say it every time. I am almost exclusively reading Absolute. There are a couple books here and there within the DC main line that I am reading, but Absolute is just doing it for me right now. It's what I'm reading, and I think we were told that this is a kind of like a mini horror kind of take on Green Lantern, or at least I remember reading that somewhere. I don't know, but I am very excited for this book.
Yeah, and I wasn't super familiar at first. Then I did some digging. They're the one that, do you remember the Superboy mini that we got? Where he goes out to space and teams up with those people. Yeah, and I remember enjoying that art.
Yes.
So
that's the art.
That's the same artist.
Oh man, super stoked. Maybe Patois. Maybe.
Good chance for me.
All right, next up after that, we have Absolute Superman issue #6. And when this book started, we were both kind of not necessarily it just felt like it started off slow. But as issues have come out, it is just built, and it has got so much momentum behind it that I am digging the hell out of it. I feel like it's just different enough that I feel like it does feel like it's part of the Absolute universe. Whether it's the suit that Kent is wearing and it's kind of alive and it has like an AI, the dust particle cape, the origins of his family and how they may still be alive. There's that chance there. I think Jason Aaron definitely has taken the task in this book, and now we're kind of we're coming back to Smallville, and it's not looking too good here. And I hope that this cover isn't a red herring, because I think that would just be it would make the book even more special. That he really Superman cannot go anywhere on Earth right now. He is just not welcome anywhere. I think I don't know. I think it's a strong take on the story, so I can't wait to read it.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm still surprised, especially because I wasn't super fond of Jason Aaron's. Jason Aaron's a wonderful writer, right? He's got the greatest Thor run of all time, but
right
from issue 30 of his Avengers run to now has not been the best run in my opinion, and so I love that he's been doing great here.
Yeah, no, I totally agree, and I don't know. It feels like we've come back home when it comes to Jason, and he's better for it in my opinion. So cannot wait. All right, jumping out of the Absolute, we're going over to Birds of Prey issue #20. I believe we're starting a new arc here. We kind of had a little mini arc where I forget the name of Canary's sister, Venom or
Sin.
That's right. There's this lingering thought that we're still dealing with this nasty god that's kind of embedded itself into her, and she's kind of losing control. I haven't read the solicitation, so I'm sure we're probably going to deal with that. But as long as Big Barda's in the game, I don't care. I'll read it. I'm here for Big Barda.
Yeah, it looks like this is the way it's being introduced is introducing a brand new team of villains. So it looks like we'll be doing something new for at least a while.
Yeah, and that's okay. I mean, again, for me, this is a silly goose time where I get more backstory on characters that I don't necessarily know too much about, and then I get my favorite, which is Big Barda. So I'm in. I'm in. I'm in. I'm in. Hey, I'm interrupting the video. It's only because I've got something really important to tell you. I know you know what we're giving away when we hit 2,000 subscribers. I gotta let you know about what we're giving away when we hit 1,250 subscribers. We're giving away this Uncanny X-Men #1 signed by Jim Chung, CGC grade 9.8. When we hit 1,250 subscribers, you could potentially win this, but you have to be subscribed to our channel. So hit that sub button, ring that bell, and give us a like. Let's get back to the video, shall we? All right, jumping over to Marvel, we're kicking it off with Marvel Rivals issue #1. This is essentially a reprint. It was released digitally. Now it's being collected all the way into this. And, me and you play Rival. We haven't played in a while, but, we play Rival, and I enjoy it. I think the story's fun. And so, yeah, I haven't read the digital, whatever it is digitally. So I'm
Infinity Comics.
yeah, I'm gonna have fun with it. I don't know if the artist is the same as the cover. Probably not.
No.
Yeah, I can't imagine that. That's a pretty big uptick. But anyway, who knows if it even makes the show? But I'm putting it on here just to say, hey, if you're interested in a comic version of Rivals, here it is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I enjoy the game way too much to not check this out.
Right. That's exactly why I'm picking it up.
Yeah.
All right, next up we have Moon Knight Fist of Khonshu, issue #7 from McKay. This has also been such a fantastic run. I really hope 8-Ball is not turning against our boy here. My boy. I hopefully it's a red herring, but the arc that we're on right now, where Moon Knight is, I guess, kind of on the ropes. It feels like we're kind of turning a page now in that arc with this storyline. I just hope it's not. I hope the cover's not true. I'll like it either way, but I hope the cover's not true.
Yeah. Yeah. This is one series that I still need to get caught. And did I miss something, or has Capuccio been officially removed from this book?
He was he on the last issue, or is this the same artist from last?
He's only been on issue 1 and 2. That was it.
Yeah, I don't think he's on it anymore. I will say the art hasn't really. I don't know. I haven't. The art for me has not deterred me from the story, so I know it's not it's not him. But the artwork has stayed somewhat similar. So I don't know if Marvel has heard our plea and getting somewhat of a similar artist on, or maybe just more grittier artwork that's just making it feel like the same book. But no, I don't know.
Yeah, looking at his upcoming comics, it's not listed. So I guess maybe they pulled him off. I mean, I know he's doing Ultimate Wolverine, but he's been doing this book for 5 years now with Jed MacKay. I just don't know why you would pull him away from that.
Well, Ultimate Wolverine's cooking right now. It's really good. And I also dang it. You know what? We'll talk about it in the next book.
Okay.
Not this one though. Anyway, we got Cyclops. We have Psylocke issue #6 from Melissa Wong. This is another banger. I think this is probably the best non-main storyline X-Men book. And man, my screen is going pink because the cover's pink.
Oh, yeah.
White here, so I look like I'm. Let me see if I can fix it here. Technical issues. Let's move this here, maybe. There we go. All right. Anyway, Psylocke, to me is the best. It's the best non-mainline X-Men book right now. I think Alyssa Wong is doing such a good. I think Alyssa Wong is writing such an amazing version of Psylocke right now. I think a lot of writers have, and I think she's using that as a foundation to write her book. And we're really going to dive deep into Psylocke's psyche and her, lack of enthusiasm for Betsy taking over her body so long ago. I think that's where we're headed, and I am totally here for it. I think Psylocke, I think her voice is much more present in this book, obviously in her own book, than she is in the X-Men book. She's just like extra muscle that really doesn't feel like it's needed, whereas here she's really able to be Psylocke.
I'm really happy that this book exists, because one, it's good, but two, like you needed an X book because besides Uncanny, you've been doing it's been rough on mutant books for almost
It's
2 years, and you're
been
still
rough.
just kind of
Yeah,
you're still just doing it. So
I
like
mean,
you deserve this book.
I've taken a couple hits and have dropped some, but like, yeah, you're right. The X line is struggling right now. So Psylocke is definitely a breath of fresh air. So speaking of X Men, we have Ultimate X Men issue number 14. Issue 13 was just balls to the walls, crazy. It was so good, and I don't expect that adrenaline speed to stop here in 14. So can't wait to see how we just continue to mix our new X-Men and how they, and we'll inevitably jump over to the main Ultimate line. And this is where my theory that I was about to talk to you about in the previous couple books ago is, so in Ultimate Wolverine, there seems to be a trend where we're just killing X-Men off, and it's pissing me and you off. We're like, no, right?
Mm-hmm.
But wait a minute. Peach is establishing the Ultimate X-Men. Who will take the X-Men that are getting killed? Who's going to take their place? It's these X-Men. It's right in front of us.
I mean, yeah, you're right.
Duh, right? Now, last issue of Ultimate, we were able to keep some alive, and that's great. But I fully anticipate the X-Men that we're establishing here in Ultimates, Peach's X-Men, they will make the transition over when there's this big, massive Alpha and Omega comic, they're going to replace them. And I can't wait for it because, again, Peach has done such an amazing job of establishing her own version of the X-Men, her own universe. And I think it's only fitting, that they are going to move over at some point. And it's just going to be Silly Goose time.
Yeah, this is 14 issues. Peach,
yeah,
whose work is immaculate and detailed, has done 14 straight issues.
Right.
God.
It's crazy.
Crazy.
And we're just getting into the actual action of it all right now. She is flexing right now when it comes to storytelling and action. So, all right. After that, we have West Coast Avengers issue number 6, and I have to be honest, I am 2 issues behind, so I have no idea what the hell is going on in this cover. But the people have spoken. Our fan base has spoken. And be like, what the fuck? No West Coast Avengers. So here it is. I will catch up and be able to actually review issue 6. It got caught up in the whole moving to another state, and then like I had it and I was like, oh, I just don't know. So I need to read it. I need to give Gary Jerry a chance. So I'm going to be reading issues 4, 5, and 6 to give a decent review.
I will make no commitments because I've only read issue 1.
Yeah, no,
it's a lighter week, so we'll see.
Well, listen,
also, why is Vision on this cover when he's on the main team? Why is
no, they're fighting the Avengers.
Oh.
But here's what doesn't make sense. Iron Man is on the Avengers. And he's on the this is where this we'll talk about it.
I bet you this is a red herring like we just had with X-Men versus Avengers.
Yeah, you're probably right.
I bet you that's what it is.
And again, this whole idea that Iron Man is on the Avengers. He has his own comic book where he's being steampunk, and then he's over on the West Coast Avengers where he's in his own, he's in the the Silver Sentinel suit, which I love, but it just doesn't make any sense because they call a reference to him. You know what? We'll talk about it on Sunday. I'm just shut up. Like I'm getting hot. All right, our last book of the night, X-Men issue number 14 from McKay. Stegman's back on the art. It just still blows me away that I'm frustrated that Ryan Stegman is on the art. Like that should never ever happen. Anyway, I think we're going to be dealing obviously with the fallout of the X-Men hunt and where that leaves our X-Men currently, which for all intents and purposes look like it's in a bad spot. And I don't think it's going to get any easier for the X-Men. I will say I would not be surprised now that we've finished this little mini event that is the X-Men hunt. We'll talk about more of that on Sunday since we didn't have a live show last Sunday. Krakoa is coming back. Krakoa is coming back because they mentioned the first Age of Krakoa like 15 times since the X-Men book has launched, and they talked a lot about it in the X-Men hunt. So I would not be surprised if we start seeing a ramp up of that verbiage even more in our X-Men books. Okay. I'm still here, like you said. I'm still taking the punches. it's just X-Men and Uncanny and Psylocke that I'm really like enjoying. Oh, and Storm. Don't get me wrong. Storm is,
Yeah, Storm's great.
So we'll see what happens. I'm sure we'll end the show on not such a good note because X-Men has just been lacking as of late. And I just don't want to equate it to just because McKay doesn't know how to write the X-Men. I don't think that's it. I think there's just too much going on.
Yeah, there's a lot going on, and who knows? Maybe there's a vision there that is still super muddy, and maybe it'll just aha in issue 20 or something.
I pray for an aha.
Yeah, me too.
All right, that's going to do it for this week's New Comic Day video for the week of April 2nd. Let us know down in the comments. What are you picking up today? What are you going to read first? And what's your potential pick of the week? As always, make sure to hit that subscribe button, ring that bell, and give us a like. It'd be much appreciated as we're on the road to 1,250 subscribers. But we can't do it without your support. So if you are not already subscribed, hit that sub button. And if you know somebody that's like into comics or wants to get into comics and they're looking for just a spot on the internet to feel welcome, send them our way to Two Fat Guys Pull Us because we like everybody. Anyway, we'll catch you guys live this Sunday, 8 o'clock p.m. Central Standard Time, where we'll talk about all these books and more. Who knows? Maybe we'll talk about something else.
Maybe we'll add a sneak peek independent book because it's not acceptable to me to not have an independent book. Mad Cave number, and I'm interested.
There you go. All right, so there's our
Horror baseball.
Oh my god. Anyway, what's it called again?
It's called Pastime, but it is a baseball horror book.
Okay.
That's my two favorite things in the world,
All right.
so I will be reading this one.
And baseball just started, so it's totally topical.
Rangers are 3-1, baby.
I saw that. Hell yeah. I'm kind of. It's weird.
Actually, they're 3-2 now. They got fucking smoked today.
Oh no, by who?
The Reds.
Ooh. Anyway, I guess we'll talk about some baseball too on Sunday's show. As always, comic fam, be kind to one another and read more comics. Later.